Oh no. This is why this is why it's good to get the comment section. I have been talking for days and nobody heard any of that. I decided to incentivize my audience to subscribe, and if they did and reached over 1,000 subscribers, I would do a 24-hour live stream. So here is the best moments of that and my overall synopsis about how that whole journey went. All right, so first up, I have to say there were so many points that I thought would be a lot better received or would play better or would just be more interesting. But there's major things that I did not think about. One being there is going to be very little reception. I knew when I tested it, it was like decent reception, which was cool. But there was a lot of points where you couldn't hear me. There was like delay by like 10 seconds, or it just wasn't that good of an angle because you don't know the hole. You don't have a filmer to like adjust the angles when you're throwing, and all comments would kind of be invisible to me because by the time I get to see them, they've already disappeared. But overall, it was definitely a fun journey that I would probably never do again. And that is because it was just so hard and tiring. And live streaming is just a totally different endeavor from normal YouTube uploads. When I do a YouTube upload, I know I have full control. I don't have to worry about messing up or like having things go weird. And it is honestly a lot harder to perform when you know that so few people are watching your stream. I think my peak concurrent viewership was probably like 10 viewers, but overall my main objective was to raise $1,000 for the MS Society and make 500 Circle 2 putts. And while I only achieved one of these, it was definitely harder than I expected. And in typical millennial fashion, I kind of procrastinated the hard part till the end. So the first like 6 hours was me just playing the same course twice. I had to go to the Dollar General store because I needed tape to tape my battery pack to my tripod. And then I just needed a break because I was probably burning close to 3,000 to 4,000 calories in the day. And all food I had was stuff I had to bring, which was also not very good. And there's also like weird moments where you are kind of like feeling it, you're kind of in the groove, but you have to take a break. So what do you do on a live stream when you're taking a break? Obviously, go back to disc golf. So I was watching the Portland Open Jomez coverage, and that was probably the best part of the entire stream for me because I was able to watch comments, communicate with the audience, and I had moments like this, which is probably like the peak of comedy for my stream, I guess.
Oh, it seems so wide. Yeah. It's Adam.
But after the fun and break, it was time to grind, and I grinded for a good 2 to 3 hours, I believe, of just doing Circle 2 putts. I started it with 121 Circle 2 putts, so I needed to make a lot. And you may think like, oh yeah, I'm sure I could do that. I bet you could not, because it was so incredibly hard, and it is definitely not a linear process. Your 400th Circle 2 putt is way harder than your 150th, because your body is just not that well conditioned, at least mine isn't. But this absolute legend, LCS, was helping me through the chat. He was chatting with me, keeping my spirits high, and he was hyped AF. When I reached my goal, I was hyped. There was also people around the putting green, which was also kind of a weird vibe because I had to like be hyped, but I also felt weird being hyped because I'm literally talking to a camera and people can see me talking to a camera. And like, I mean, I don't generally have issues with that, but it is very weird when it's like right next to me. And I'd also just walked probably 15 miles and I was covered in poison ivy. It was just so many challenges that I had to overcome. But by the end of it, I accomplished my goal partly because we do get to the sadder portion where I get my 500 Circle 2 putts. Everything's looking good. I go to the campground. I was like not even really thinking about it. I was like, yeah, I'll probably just like maybe film some Jomez over the night because I have to sleep and I can't do a 24-hour live stream where I'm not sleeping. But then the dreaded reception curse comes into play and I'm given basically the ultimatum that if I want to continue streaming, it cannot be there. But I'm dead tired. I have no energy in me. I have to go to bed, but there's no reception. So I am like contemplating, do I have to cut the stream? Do I have to go somewhere else? And then some of the weirdest communication I've ever had with another human. I am at this campground that I paid for that was reserved probably like 2 weeks in advance. And apparently this guy had booked the entire campground, allegedly, the entire campground, like a year in advance for him and his family to enjoy. And they took up one singular campsite out of like 30 campsites. I also had one campsite that I also paid for. And then he came and talked to me and he was like, bro, just, you know, like, I don't care aware that you're here, but you're also like not allowed to be here. And I was like, I mean, here's my ticket. Here's where it says this is the right campground. And then he got really weird. He was like, bro, like, are you on acid? Because you seem like you're on acid. And I'm like, no, I'm just really tired. And then he just kept hammering that point, and it was just weird vibes all around. I just wanted to go to sleep. But ultimately, I called it quits on the live stream. I left that campground because dude was being weird. And that was kind of the end of the live stream. 12 to 13, maybe 14 hours of live streaming, filled with ups and downs. You probably wouldn't even know because the audio would be delayed or it'd be cut off or it'd be windy, but that was my journey. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I know this is probably the most scattered video I've ever made, but it is really hard to recap such a long stream endeavor. But with that said, if you guys do want to see more pain, hopefully done better, I will do another true 24-hour live stream if we can reach 10,000 subscribers by the end of January, which is a pretty big goal. But if that is to happen, I would be very stoked and I would really appreciate you guys. So with that, be sure to subscribe. You'll definitely like the content that I'm making in the future because I truly believe no one else is doing what I'm doing. And with that, Wild Runs signing out. Peace.